a series of lectures dealing with the pulmonary system. And each day there will be a new lecture released. Each of the lectures have slides. There's going to be 22 lectures. So you're going to get a PDF file and you're going to get a video lecture. That's through individuals that purchase the module, this Pulmonology module. So you can get access to this information through a couple of ways. The first way is to go to my website, the-studio-reykjavik.com, and that will take you to the website, and under store you just click classes, and then you'll see the Pulmonology module that you can purchase for $50. When you do that purchase, you'll get a file that's emailed to you that will tell you what your password is to get into the module. So you take that password, and at the very top of the screen of my website, you'll see classes. So you just click which module you purchased. I'll have multiple modules, but right now the only one that's up there is the pulmonary module. So you click that, and then you'll type in your code, and that will take you to the different lectures that you can click and watch. When you click onto a particular lecture, you'll be able to download the PDF for that lecture. You can keep it, and you'll have access to the video content related to that particular lecture. I have populated for the module embryology, anatomy, hemoglobin, and physiology. The next one is circulatory. So, you know, each day there's going to be a new lecture on business days. You know, I'm not going to be probably publishing during the weekend, but this is a way to help support my work, and this is a way for you to learn about different medical systems. I'll be doing different modules such as infectious diseases, cardiology, you know, and biochemistry. I'm going to be doing a lot of different lectures. So view this as a way to support my work, but also a way for you to get educated. See, I believe in providing information that is kind of a win-win type of situation where you're helping support my work and I'm helping to either improve your health or improve your knowledge, but how to get healthy and how to be more discerning. I think it's very important to be a citizen scientist. And not just that, by exercising your brain and learning things will actually help reduce that aging process, all right? If we don't challenge our body with physical exertion and we don't challenge our brain, what will happen is we will atrophy and the aging process will accelerate. So the best way, not sure why no live stream is happening, but the best way to support my work through purchasing the module is to do it through the website. Another method is to be a tier 3 or tier 4 member on Patreon. That way, if you are a tier 2, tier 3, or tier 4, you as a tier 2, you'll get the first and the last lecture of each module that I publish. And that membership on Patreon is $10 a month. All right, so you get 2 lectures. You will not have access to the PDFs. If you're a tier 3 member, you'll have access to half of the modules for $25 a month. And if you are a tier 4 member, you'll be able to have access to the videos, $50 a month. Now, if you stop your membership, you will lose access on Patreon. And again, you can purchase the whole module and you'll have access completely for as long as you want to see it if you purchase it through my website. So please, either if you want the PDFs and the videos and have unlimited access, then it's best to purchase the module on my website. If you want just a couple of the videos, the first and the last for each module, you can be a member at a tier 2 level per Patreon. A tier 3 level will give you half of the lectures for each of the modules as I publish them. And if you want the videos for all of the lectures, then it would be $50 a month. Again, you will not have access to the PDFs. And if you stop becoming a member, you will no longer have that access. So please, to learn about different medical systems and how to be more discerning as a citizen scientist of the news, the mainstream news, and to reduce that power imbalance between the doctor and the patient. What I have noticed is that people do not have a very strong scientific or medical background. And it doesn't mean that they can't get there. It just means they're not there. So the best way to attack this problem is to find ways to start to give a baseline to the population so they have a better understanding about medicine and how to improve their health and be able to be more discerning with the news and more discerning with your doctor. All right. You got to take your health in your own hands. If you don't, no one will. So with that said, please go to my store, the-studio-reykjavik.com, and get the module, the pulmonary module. Each day I'm populating more lectures for that module. I have 4 that are up right now. Each lecture is about 25 minutes. Some of them are 45 minutes long. And you will be able to download those PDFs and be able to have that as a reference. You will learn a lot. You'll be able also to be able to read some of these scientific journals and understand the validity of the research, what the pluses and minuses are to the study, what the conclusions mean. So please get on the boat that I'm creating and learn about medicine. So again, go to my store, the-studio-reykjavik.com. Links are in the description of this video, and you can click and learn about medicine if you want to. Also, please help support my work, even if you don't want to purchase the pulmonary module or any of the modules. You can help support my work by being a paid member on Patreon, help support my work that way. You can also donate on my website, the-studio-reykjavik.com. At the very bottom, you can donate 3 different ways. You can donate through Stripe, PayPal, or Buy Me a Coffee. You can also click the links below this video, especially for Buy Me a Coffee, to go there directly. But there's also links on my website. Another way to support my work is to share the links and to tell your social followers and your family members to follow me. I have 6 channels. I have 3 YouTube channels. I have Brighteon, Bitchute, and Rumble. I need to reach a wider audience to be able to inform the public when something happens that's really important to talk about. And not just that, you know, again, to be able to inform the public on how to improve their health. So it's a win-win. So please help support my work by sharing the links and telling your followers and the people that you interface with to follow my work. I would really appreciate it. If you can, if you interface with certain channels that you know, have accreted quite a few subscribers, please, you know, talk to those owners of those channels and you know, ask them to help support my work by, you know, sharing the content. Some of these larger channels will take a look at some of my work and then you know, comment about it on their channel, which helps. I am censored on YouTube. I just received 2 other strikes on my smaller channel, and so you know, there's and it was just covering disease X. So you know, please realize that it is very hard for me to be able to inform you because of the censorship on YouTube, and that's why Rumble, Bitchute, Brighteon are so important. Please subscribe to all 3, all 6 channels, and have your followers also subscribe to all 6 channels. That way you can get the information. Please follow me on X and on GETTR. That way I get around the whole notification censorship from YouTube. In addition, people take some of my videos and mirror it on other channels. I appreciate that. Thank you very much, and continue to do so. Now, what are we going through now in the news cycle? A lot of stuff about artificial intelligence and how there may be some sort of social disruption, and some of the humanism versus transhumanism philosophy, and what will happen in the job market with this decoupling of labor and capital. I have written a book that I wrote a few years ago about this very subject. I did some research when I was working on my Ph.D. Dealing with trading algorithms and machine learning, right? And so machine learning, depending on who you talk to, you know, there's different types of artificial intelligence. So there's machine learning where you can teach the machine to do something, or what is called narrow AI. And then there's something called broad AI or general AI. And then there is, you know, different facets of AI where it's the generative AI is a new thing that's kind of popped up. But in finance, a lot of research has gone into machine learning and artificial intelligence. So this is taking telemetry, like market telemetry, and having a trading algorithm learn from that telemetry on how to position a portfolio or position trades, either in very short term trades or more long term trades. It depends on how you train your algorithm. So, you know, I have an understanding of this, and after I received my PhD, I did some work in some research in 2 different areas. One area was in topographical finance, which is graphing the market in 3 dimensions, and I was developing a software that, you know, that I was trying to get people to use and to purchase, and you know, to get funders. But it was called Poseidon. It was kind of like a 3-dimensional Bloomberg trading station, and it didn't. I wasn't able to get investors for it. So at that time, when I was looking to get investors, they were. This is back in like 2015 and in 2016. They were more focused on like Robinhood and you know, machine learning that's on and trading that's on an iPhone. that was kind of like where they were putting their money. They weren't looking for like a data aggregator and a machine learning and graphing software that was looking at the market in 3 dimensions, you know, for probabilities. And so it was more, they didn't want to invest in that kind of thing. So that, you know, that's okay. And I don't like coding. So, you know, I decided not to keep for the ones that have coded, they understand that if you change the operating system update, you know, and you have it for Apple and for Windows, it becomes problematic to be able to keep the code working. So I don't have patience for coding. I don't like coding. So I just stopped doing it. So I did some research and some development work on back in 2015 and 2016 on these machine learning algorithms and these kind of like narrow AI algorithms, and this topographical finance post Ph.D. And I could probably re-release those videos so you get an idea. But way back in 2016, maybe even late 2015, I was working with a neuroscientist, and what we came up with was a process, a machine learning algorithm that used fuzzy logic, and it learned on how to trade. And it was very interesting through behavioral. It was basically a behavioral finance theoretical foundation using processes that were very midbrain oriented. So it's what I call cortical computing. So there was this kind of machine learning algorithm that and I'll release some of the videos that I did. So I've been playing around with this stuff for, you know, back when I was working on my dissertation for trading, dynamically hedging, you know, through these trading algorithms, but also post PhD, playing around with 3-dimensional graphing of the markets and the probabilities of that, and what the next price would be, and you know, the direction of the market. So it was like probability and graphing. And the other aspect was using this behavioral machine learning algorithm. So from there I was reading some books from Kurzweil and some other Singularity Institute types, right? And they were tied into like transhumanism and this, you know, this revolution in AI. All right, so I'm working on this like post PhD stuff, right? And then reading a bunch of stuff on the Singularity Institute, and I've met some of these people. I haven't met Kurzweil, but I've met some of the lower underlings under him, and I was interfacing with people that were from Silicon Valley, trying to get funding for this software, this Poseidon software I was developing. And I met a lot of these Singularity types and these transhumanist types. They're all crazy. They're absolutely all crazy. And you know, and some of it they believe in. Some of it they're just trying to raise funds for their particular venture. So it's a combination. Some of them, they really believe in this, and some of it is just they're just trying to raise funds. But there's a lot back then, back in 2016 and late 2015, there was a lot of interest in this. All right, so I was writing, so based on my experience of playing around with some of these machine learning and narrow AI type stuff in trading, and interfacing with some of these people that were in the VC world from Silicon Valley, and reading some of the books that were like from Kurzweil and some of these other transhumanists, I came to the conclusion that artificial intelligence was bad. All right, and It's partially due to three things: what I read from Kurzweil, what I read from some of these other transhumanists, what I saw with the behavioral finance algorithm that we were developing, and you know, my interface with some of these VCs from Silicon Valley. And I wrote a book called Artificial Intelligence. All right, and it's breaking down a few prominent people that are in the transhumanist world, like Kurzweil and Chu, but some others that are really promoting transhumanism. And I take the stance on why transhumanism is bad and why we have to have humanism, but some of these problems that will start to arise. So I decided to write this book, and it's an ebook that you can purchase on my website. It's Artificial Intelligence. So you just go to the-studio-reykjavik.com, go to ebooks, and then you can download the Artificial Intelligence ebook, or you can purchase it on Amazon. And I think it's also, if the Nook even still exists, I have it at Barnes and Nobles. But you know, if you want to learn about my thoughts at the time when I wrote the book, it's interesting because it's kind of playing out now. And this idea of this battle between the transhumanists and the humanists, and it's something I called monkism, where to survive this, you don't have to be a Luddite, but you're going to have to be less techie. And there's going to be a shift to spirituality to fight the transhumanists, and the transhumanists will need energy, and this energy is their Achilles heel. So you know, there's this may evolve into something very similar and dystopic that's maybe reminiscent in many ways of Star Wars. So you know, purchase a book if you want to understand my thoughts on the subject of artificial intelligence and the need for humanism versus transhumanism, and you know, some of the fallacies that are coming from Kurzweil. You know, some of the stuff that I have in the book I had right, and some of it I didn't, but it's an interesting take on it, because during that time I was writing the book, I was seeing from the behavioral algorithm that a machine could have post-traumatic stress disorder. Now people would go, wow, what do you mean? I have seen, if you train a trading AI, all right, through a data set where there are illiquid markets as severe as, let's say, Lehman, that the trading algorithm will not want to trade, because it is constantly going back and seeing that it had a lost P&L, profit and loss statement. So it had a huge drawdown on its account. And the way the trading algorithm worked for the behavioral is that if it was losing money, it was inflicting pain. Now that's a metaphor, but digitally we created kind of like a pain function. All right. And so if it was losing money, it became more and more risk averse, less risk taking. So, and what's interesting is that we could adjust the reference of its trade. So it could, all of its trades could be in its memory. And when you do that, and you don't have a memory loss function, what happens is the machining algorithm will tend to move towards not wanting to trade, will become risk averse. So we had to change the window and have like a a 200-day window. So if there was an adverse effect 300 days ago, it wouldn't be in its memory to prevent from trading. So you almost have to, I called it giving it a digital lobotomy. You had to kind of like have this moving window of memory to be able to forget adverse reactions. So there is this, you can, if you remember everything in your life and not have some sort of forgetfulness of past trauma, it may make you less functional. And we saw that with the trading algorithm. So that was interesting. And I'll dig up the video and I'll republish it, or just unhide it. I'm not sure if I have it hidden, but it's out there. Now, I'm not really sure if you're seeing this. Yeah, okay, the live chat's working. Okay, good. So, go to the store, get the artificial intelligence book, and learn about my perspective on transhumanism and humanism. I'm a humanist, all right? I'm not a transhumanist. Some people have thought that because I, want, that I'm promoting kind of longevity and better health, that I'm some sort of Kurzweil type and singularity type. I'm not. I'm against Kurzweil. I think Kurzweil's afraid to die. And anyone that thinks that you're going to be able to upload their consciousness into a machine, I think is insane. But I do think that we can create machines that will at least seemingly be sentient, and that may be based on an emergent property. Now, people that are of religious persuasion, they would say that the machine doesn't have a soul, and therefore it may be of a lesser being, but it may still be able to think. And I think that's probably the case, that humans will still have that extra thing we call a soul that machines won't have. But if you are a purist in the sense of evolution, where you don't think there's a soul and it's just an emergent behavior of neurons and chemicals and stuff like that, then there is nothing that would prevent a machine to emerge that seems to be sentient. And some of the problems that come along with it, with artificial intelligence, there is this coupling with robotics. So if the artificial intelligence just stays in the desktop, it will still be problematic for jobs. But once it gets into a physical being, like a robotic structure, and it can manipulate the physical world, then it's going to decouple labor and capital, and it's going to cause a lot of havoc between the bond markets and people being able to get jobs. And then it starts to ask questions like, who are we? What is a human being? And in most cases, humans aren't being. If you go to a social gathering and you're in front of people that are new, right, in your life, that you've never met before, what's some of the first things that they ask? What's your name? Where are you from? What do you do? Very rarely will they say, instead of what you do, how are you being? Right? We are considered doers, not beings. Are you a plumber, a doer? Are you a engineer? Are you a sales assistant? No one really frames the conversation as in being. It's always a doing. And then all these things, all these biases start to emerge. Where did you go to school? Where do you work? Where do you live? It's not focused on being. And this, I think, is part of this idea of humanism versus transhumanism. The need to be, not the need to just do. All right. So if you're interested in some of these kinds of topics, and my thoughts at the time when I was working with machine learning algorithms for trading and doing some of this behavioral finance algorithm stuff, purchased the book, and it's an interesting perspective that I had. When I was writing it, I would say that I felt dystopic about human existence because of this eventual push towards the singularity, which Kurzweil was saying was going to take place in 2045. Maybe a little earlier, but so I wrote the book at around 2015, 2016, somewhere in there. Not sure which year I published it, but probably around that time period. And it's just under 10 years. So 9 years away, 8 years away. Right, some of my thoughts on this topic. So it's kind of prescient. So go to the store and get the book if you're interested in that. Another way to support my work is to go and get the health supplements I offer. I have a lot of great high quality supplements. And if you follow the anti-aging protocol, it'll improve your health. Let me go through some of the products that I offer to help you get an idea of how to start on this journey to improve your health. Okay. So there are 3 pillars to the anti-aging protocol. All right. Again, I'm a humanist, not a transhumanist. All right. And I believe that you need to take care of your health. So the first pillar is to neutralize pathogens. You can neutralize pathogens by taking structural nanosilver liquid. You take a teaspoon of it a day, you swish it in your mouth, you swallow it, and you do that every day. If you're sick, take a tablespoon or 2 a day. All right. You can get the Max 14 or the Max 35 on my store. Also, to help to neutralize pathogens, structural nanosilver gel. You just put it on your hands. It stays active for about 5 hours. You can put it around your mouth, around your nose, around your eyes, around your ears. You can't do that with Cottrell because Cottrell is toxic. But structural nanosilver will help to neutralize pathogens, but also you can put it on your skin right before you go to bed. When you wake up, exfoliate, and you'll notice that your skin will start to improve. It'll also heal cuts, minor cuts, abrasions, and minor burns. Now, the second part of the pillar of the anti-aging protocol is C60. C60 is a very strong antioxidant. It soaks up free radicals, reactive oxygen species. And what that will do is when you soak up those free radicals, your cells will become healthier and your mitochondria will become healthier. You'll get more ATP and your cellular function will improve. You can get it in avocado, coconut, either in a 2 ounce, a 4 ounce, or an 8 ounce configuration. Take a teaspoon of it a day. Then the third part of the protocol is bring down inflammation. Take turmeric every day and also couple it with ashwagandha. Ashwagandha will control blood glucose levels and bring down that inflammatory response cardiovascularly. So you have those 3 pillars: bring down the inflammation, reduce reactive oxygen species, neutralize pathogens. Then you add stuff to the protocol based on certain things, right? Like D3. D3 is a gene expression cofactor. That'll also help to absorb calcium, right? And help to get cells into apoptosis. So take D3 every day. Omega-3, very important to bring down LDL. A better lipid profile will improve your cardiovascular system. You want to bring up your HDL and bring down your LDL. So please go to the store and get the omega-3. Multivitamins are really important, right? They're cofactors for enzymatic activity. So this is a very easy to digest multivitamin, high quality. All my products on my store are high quality. So please go to the store and get the multivitamin. Resveratrol, which is synergistic with C60, is also an antioxidant, but it'll also help to get rid of senescent cells. All right. So resveratrol has been known to be part of an anti-aging protocol for many people that have been down this route. I took resveratrol when I was young, 16 years old, right? But taking it with C60, it gives you that extra kick, all right? And there's a couple reasons why, but resveratrol, when you're taking it regularly, not only will be helping reducing those free radicals because it's an antioxidant, but it'll help to get rid of those senescent cells. And those senescent cells, when you get rid of, will help to start populating the tissue with new cells from that basal layer that has your progenitor cells for that tissue. Clarity factor, get rid of that brain fog, help to concentrate at work or at school, and it'll get those neurons firing. And when you get those neurons firing and you're being able to concentrate, then those dendritic connections won't be maintained and you'll have proper mental acuity. So please go to the store and get the Clarity Factor. It's a very high quality product. Probiotics are really important. I have two different types. I have it in capsule and I also have it in powder. Some people like to take the powder form. Some people prefer to take the capsule form. But you need to go to my store, the-studio-reykjavik.com, and get the products that will help to improve your health, like the probiotic. By getting the proper gut biome, you're going to have the proper absorption. You're going to have better consistency with your stools, and you're going to have this better communication between your gut and your liver and your gut and your brain. So please go to the store and get the probiotic, and this will improve your gut biome. Gut biome is a very, very important feature in health. I don't sell products that cleanse your body, but doing a cleanse every other year or every year for your gut, I think is a good way to improve your health. I have partnered up with Rainbow Herbals, and we've developed these deodorant bars. We have it in citrus, and we also have it in peppermint, tea tree, lavender. It's for males and females, and you use it as a deodorant every day, but it also will help to detox your body. Why? This is made from essential oils from the Himalayas, extremely high quality essential oils. You will not be able to get a better deodorant bar than this. It has no aluminum in it. It's all natural, very, very high quality. So go to the store, get a couple bars. You can either get it in citrus or the other bar is in peppermint, lavender, tea tree. We're going through the cold season, right? And we'll start to emerge into the spring season in the United States. So you're going to have to be fighting pathogens, and you're going to be fighting allergens. So people will start to get that scratchy throat, irritation. Take the structural nanosilver lozenges and drops to neutralize pathogens and to also to soothe that throat, right? I have it in different flavors. I have it in honey lemon drops in 100 count. I also have it in blueberry 100 count. These drops are a little bit smaller, but very, very high quality. I have lozenges in in a 20 count, that's green apple. This is a popular item. And I have 2 new products on the store. I have Manuka honey. All right, you get 21 in this bag, lozenges. And this one is elderberry zinc. And you also get 21 lozenges in this bag. So these are 2 products that are new on the store. So please go to the store and get those lozenges. I also have structural nano silver soaps, extremely high quality. Lavender, oatmeal spice, and charcoal tea tree. And this one is peppermint. All right, so very high quality, neutralizes pathogens. You know, instead of getting those Procter and Gamble soaps that aren't so great for you, go to the store and get a couple soap bars. Those are some of the products that I offer. I have many, many others, and probably will need to do another video to explain those. But go to my store, the-studio-reykjavik.com. Take a look at that Pulmonology module that I offer. Take a look at the the artificial intelligence book, and make sure you subscribe, and be a Patreon supporter to help my work. I appreciate it. It's been a journey, and if you pay attention to what I have to say, you are going to learn a lot about certain things. You'll learn my perspective on certain things. You may not agree fully, but that's okay. And you will, if you pay attention to this anti-aging protocol that I've been talking about for 4 years and have been doing and tweaking it ever since I was 16 years old, you will learn on how to improve your health. Take charge of your health. Take charge of your knowledge about medicine, and therefore you will be an informed citizen. Thank you for listening, and have a nice day.